Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video I want to give you my take, my first impressions, my first build here on Harima. Probably the most hyped legendary out of this entire patch, and well, I'm sure as you guys know from the other showcases that you've seen, there's a ton of really good champions in this patch. All of the legendaries are doing really cool things in my opinion, but Harima sort of stands out perhaps above the others. Let's take a look at her. Her A1 debasement, single target attack with a 75% chance of placing decreased attack for 2 turns, and has a 50% chance, when booked, all of this of course, of putting decreased attack on all other enemies for 2 turns if this attack is critical. So it's not the most consistent, but it's still pretty good. Like 75% single target A1 decrease attack is solid. And then the AoE, 50% chance for AoE decrease attack is pretty cool as well. So that's very, very nice. Her A2 then, purgative punishment, 3 turn cooldown when booked, and 30% damage from books. Triple hitter. Each hit decreases the target's defense by 5%. That stacks up to 30%. Each hit also increases this champion's defense by 5%, stacks up to 100%, and instantly activates the Celestial Awe skill if this skill kills an enemy. So, she's a defense-based damage dealer. This is going to do massive single target damage and permanently decrease their defense. That is very exciting for something like Clan Boss. It's pretty good for Hydra for sure. Of course, when the Hydra heads respawn, this stuff does reset. But nonetheless, that's still really, really good. And stacking up her defense, again, in longer Clan Boss fights, Hydra, Demon Lord, it's gonna double her damage. It's double damage. If she has 100% bonus defense, her damage is based on defense, she's doing twice as much when that stacks up. That's nuts. I think in Arena, also pretty powerful. And then, of course, this instantly activating, this is her AoE attack. That is amazing for waves. So Doom Tower and Arena, not good, of course, in Hydra and in Clan Boss, Demon Lord, but nonetheless, what an exciting A2. Her A3, Celestial Awe, 3-turn AoE attack that places Provoke, and the debuff cannot be blocked or resisted if the target champion is a Demonspawn. How amazing is that? I think that's really cool. And let's actually break down the rest of her kit, because there's a bit more here. Demonslayer, the passive enemy ignore defense effects are decreased by 50%. I'm not actually still 100% sure if that is just for her or for her whole team. Either way, it's very powerful. If it's just for her, it's going to make her substantially more difficult to kill. Bearing in mind, she has a ton of defense. So ignore defense effects like Savage, champions like Baron, Mortu Macab, etc. She's just going to massively take less damage from them. On top of that, champions from the Demonspawn faction cannot inflict critical hits on this champion. So again, we're looking at champions like the super common arena defense champions. Mortu Macab stands out massively as being a pain to attack at high-end arena. Candrafon, another very common, super common one. They just can't crit her. They're just not going to do much damage. On top of that, she cannot land weak hits on champions from Demonspawn. So again, Mortu Macab stands out here. He is green affinity. Guess what? She's not going to weak hit him. She's still going to do good damage, which is very exciting. 80 resistance in arena battle, so she's definitely designed potentially to work in go second style teams. Very intriguing to see. And yeah, in terms of blessing, you see, this is the one I've chosen. I actually do have her 1-star awaken, got very lucky. I do think that certainly we're building her in arena in today's video, and I do think that polymorph is 100,000,000% the way to go with her. You can see from the rest of her kit, we are building this girl for damage and defense. So tons of defense, tons of crit damage, smack really hard. Polymorph is perfect. When they debuff her, chance to be turned into a sheep, it's going to give her defense, tons more defense, some HP resistance. It's perfect. This is exactly what we want for her. So yeah, that is how I'm building her. Like the resistance will stack well with the aura if you are going to build her as like the leader or stick her in like a more resistance heavy team. But I think she's nuts. I have put her in Stone Skin, guys. So Stone Skin for 2 turns at the start of the round, and part of that is I think I really like Stone Skin on defensive nukers. It gives them 30% defense. That's a big chunk of damage boost. And then the Stone Skin buff itself is just so powerful. It lets them work in go second teams very, very well. And I think there's a nice combo here, right? She has an AoE provoke. If she opens with this and she's got 2 turns of Stone Skin, she's going to still have 1 turn of Stone Skin left after this. So all of those provoked champions from Demonspawn are going to be hitting her with Stone Skin, and she's just going to be laughing all the way to the bank, which is just great. So yeah, I think, and she's going to keep provoking them too, potentially, if she kills the stuff with this A2. So very hyped for her. So this is how I built her. Basically what I did, you guys know, you've seen my showcases on this test server already, my current favorite arena team. I took the gear off Staltus, which was also on, it wasn't on Hoskarul, but the gear from Staltus, Dragonbane, I put his gear onto her. So she has 6.8k defense, 100% crit rate, 240% crit damage, 44k HP. So she's going to be mega tanky, I think. Decreased defense is going to mess her up, but that's about it. 132 speed, so she's very slow. She doesn't really have any resistance, though I do think you can maybe do something with that. And I've not built her with any accuracy, so she's not going to be decreasing the attack or provoking anyone that's not a Demonspawn, basically. We're entirely reliant on that. But let's try it out. In terms of the masteries, fairly typical nuker stuff. So just defensive stuff over here. Chance to counterattack. Seems okay. Her A1's going to hit pretty hard. And then more damage on that first hit. We do have her doing more damage to crowd-controlled enemies. I think that would be useful. And more damage for debuffs on her, seeing as she will get debuffed. She's got no resistance. And then, of course, Helm Smasher to hit harder. And yeah, more damage when she kills stuff, which is going to work real well with that A2. I am excited. Let's jump into the arena. Let's just attack some people and see what happens. We're going to go, we lost with this one when we had Hoskarul in there. Let's see how we do with her. I am curious. I think the good news is she's not going to die because they don't have a cleanser. So Hoskarul was just CC'd and beaten up like hell, but she is going to make it. Let's actually take it off auto for this first fight here. So this is the sort of team we're up against where Stone Skin is literally perfect. So we'll attempt to strip their buffs off. We actually managed to remove the Stone Skin. That is great. We'll put block debuffs up on us. We've got a huge shield from the bolster on the Monkey and on Hackhorn. Monkey punch. Monkey goes in and punches. No stun there from Hackhorn. A bit disappointing. But our girl is ready to go. We actually have a choice here. We could, if we wanted, we could absolutely go in and we could... It's actually A1. Let's try to get decreased attack. Didn't get it. Here we go. We're going to put increased accuracy out. I'm actually worried Samson's going to murder everything. He did. Samson killed everything. So she didn't do anything really for us there. Harima. Basically, what did she do? What did she do in that fight? Basically nothing. She looked cool. She maybe did reduce the damage that he was doing because she reduces the ignore defense effects. And what's his name? I can't remember. Hefrak has ignore defense stuff baked into his kit. Let's try this one out. Perfect test here. Baron, the ignore defense master himself, ignoring 50% of defense. You put that with Savage Gear and a potential Helm Smasher proc. He could be ignoring 100% of our defense. Let's see if she can handle this and bring us through. In terms of Demonspawn as well, we've got Duchess and Kymar in here, 2 Demonspawn, so provoking them will be great. There we go. We can see she actually got stripped of her Stone Skin, but it's put out the polymorph, which is fantastic. So we've actually locked on Kymar, and I think it prevented him from maybe... No, I think it looks like all of our stuff got stripped, actually, I think. But still, pretty useful. We'll put on the block debuffs to stop Tormund freezing us. Here we go. And boom, look at that. Big hit from Baron comes in. Now he was missing increased attack. I think he would have killed Uko if not for that, but he didn't manage to. Again, let's do the same thing with Samson. So he's going to absolutely go ham. I'm loving my Samson and bolster. Massive hits right there. Duchess is probably going to revive. There we go. She's revived. But now we come in with Harima, and she can fire off her AoE. Bang. It's a good hitter. She lived simply because of Unkillable. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Let's boost our speed. We're ready to go again. Certainly this is, at this point, Ka-chunk, very, very well set up for our guy to go. I guess one thing we're missing in this team, so maybe we'll switch it up. We are actually missing an increased defense to really make her smack. So I think something like a Withier would be perfect with this team. A Withier would come in, she would cleanse, and she would provide increased defense as well, which would be great, and lots of healing. Unfortunately, I don't have her. Let's go in with the A2. Bam, smashes, and she activates her AoE. Whabam, another big hit, and she takes them down. That was one advantage, I suppose, of... Yeah, let me see. Can I mix this up at all? Let me see. Can we mix it up? Can we get increased defense? Let's actually refresh the page. See if you got any fresh stuff. We could try the same sort of team. How can I get an increased defense in here in a way that makes sense? Let me think about that. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Brainwave. Let's bring in a different, and also with Polymorph, hilarious. Let's be really troll here. Let's bring in another fusion champion with Mother Cybele. Why the heck not? As you guys know, one of my faves. But I've done with her. She's going to come in and she's going to be giving us increased defense and revive on death, which should be pretty cool and make this an annoying team. And it's really going to make... it's going to make Harima basically the only real source of damage here. Others are going to do a little bit, but really it's Harima is going to be doing everything. Mother Cybele, I have her still in my Hydra build where she's in taunting. I don't know, maybe Frenzy or something would be better, but I think taunting could be quite annoying. Provoke could be quite annoying with A1, and hopefully she's going to die and start healing people and doing annoying stuff. Coming back, I don't know. Let's see if it works. I'm not sure. Actually, does she have any... Oh, we should double check. Do we have any anti-crit accessories, or she is just gonna flop over dead? We might not, which is a bit awkward. I think I saw one ring, though it's pretty bad. It's certainly gonna be worth it for Arena. Here we go. Okay, we've got a few things. It's actually HP, so it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, it's not very good. Let me see. So and we can glyph it up to be a bit better. So she's gonna lose a good chunk of stats, but that's okay. I think ignoring the crits is gonna be more worthwhile. Gaius, oh, it's an attack amulet. You hate to see that. What about Banner? We've got resist Banner here. Lose some speed, gain some defense. I think that is a winner. What about this one? HP. She'd lose a lot of resistance. I think I do want her to still be resist. She doesn't need to resist that much. Let's make her a bit tankier. Let's go for it. Here we go. Let's see what we get. Give us some speed. Hey, there we go. Great. And let's just glyph this up. I'm running so low on glyphs here in the test server. I burn through them all. I get my glyphs and I spend them. It is how it is. So yeah, I think this will work well for Mother Cybele. And I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. Let's actually see if we can get a better roll here. No, of course not. You know what? I'll glyph this stuff up. I'll see you guys back in the fight. I changed my mind again. What can I say? I said, you know what? Actually, Frenzy's just more exciting. It's more interesting. So even if it fails, it's going to be at least fun. So here we go. Let's take a look. We've got her with 79k HP, 3.3k speed, blah, blah, blah. I ditched the whole resistance thing, so she's going to get debuffed all the time. But hey, look, if she dies, it can work out well. Maybe. I don't know. Let's try it out. Let's see. These are the masters. I gave her Bulwark. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. But look, I figure if they're killing Mother Cybele, they're not killing Harima, and Harima can maybe kill them. So let's find out. Let's find out. This is an experiment we're running together. I think it would be just kind of intriguing. So let's see what happens. They're buffing up. They're attempting to strip us. We've actually stripped them. There we go. Unfortunately, Hackhorn did get slapped, which sucks. Ooh, look at that. She actually got frozen. She put out the increased resistance, but she missed the increased defense. Well, that's not on, is it? Here we go. Harima actually provokes both of those champions, which is super cool. Now, she didn't hit crazy hard because we didn't have that increased defense on, which does suck a little bit. There we go. With the A1 coming out from Mother Cybele, doing some all right damage. We're actually picking them off. They're going to have the revive coming soon, I think. Here we go. A1 again. Harima. Bang, bang, bang. Triple hitter. Oh, man, if she had increased defense, they would all be dead. We were a little bit unlucky, a little bit under-geared, maybe more so. That Hackhorn wasn't able to cleanse. Oh, no, she did the same thing again. Oh, here was me building the non-resistance build. Have I made a huge mistake? Again, Baron smacks. And yes, he's debuffed and stuff, but it just really doesn't do much. It just doesn't do much. Harima should be coming in with an A1 this time. Not sure who she's going to hit. Nobody, because she's frozen. Hackhorn. Poor old Hackhorn. He's got the 4-turn cooldown. There he goes. He got it up eventually. He was thinking about it. Mother Cybele A1 is wearing them down. So it's not the perfect team right here. Bam. Big hit. Not too bad. We've killed some more of them. They're going to revive. Yes. Okay. Increased defense is on. Fantastic. Here we go. And I believe she's going to go in with her AoE. Fantastic. And Kaimar stripped it off. I can't believe it. So this team certainly has some problems. It certainly has some problems. Here we go. The big smack comes in. I mean, look at that. She's just barely taking a hit, though. Like, she just tanked through that. Absolutely no problem. That was actually... How did she tank through that? Okay, she gets taken down there. But hey, not too bad from Harima. That's a little bit disappointed. Let's try this team. This team's not quite right, is it? It's not quite right. So it's a little bit tricky. You know what? I'm an idiot. Why am I not using Mithrala? I should obviously use Mithrala here. I use Mithrala for my other team. That's the reason she's not in this team. I think people were asking that before. So I actually have a different Go Second team with a Mithrala in there. We should absolutely put her into this team. Bang, it's a nice big hit. She's landed the provoke actually on a bunch of them, despite not really being built with accuracy, simply because those champions are clearly not built with resistance. She's hit pretty hard. She's done a good job. Okay, cool. The speed aura is helping her to keep up somewhat, and actually the decreased speed landing for Mother Cybele really well there. Cool. She's going to come in, and this is going to be pretty brutal. Finishes them off and activates the A3. Oof. And boom, takes them down. Pretty spicy. Let's see. Do we have any? Here we go. Oh, this is so nasty. I don't know. Can we even try that? Scratch? That's pain. That is pain. Let's try this one. This is even worse. 506k power. Oh my god, we're outgeared thoroughly. Is there anyone here? Plus threes. Here we go. Let's try this one. This looks like more my level of account. Thank you very much. Where we have Candrafon. So Candrafon, his ignore defense stuff is going to be reduced by Harima. On top of that, it's also going to make he's not going to be able to crit her. So she should be in a pretty good spot here. I do think that the Lydia does pretty hard counter old Mother Cybele, which is a little bit unfortunate. Let's see what we can make happen. So Harima obviously not taking any damage. Hopefully, I wonder who's going to go first. Frenzy set Mother Cybele. No, she got cleansed. That's good. Block debuffs is on. Increased defense goes on. And Harima is now ready to smack. Here we go. And again, Provoke goes on to Candrafon. And his A1 really smacks hard. But against her, it's just not going to do much. He's just not going to do much. Let's see him. He's going to come in now. Like, he can't even make a dent in her stone skin because he can't crit her. He just can't crit because of her passive, which is really cool. So I'm really liking her for this. Yeah, I'm really liking her. Really, really liking her for that. That's very cool. So there we go. That worked out all right. Okay, let's no, let's try this one. Let's try this one. So really nasty team. Let's bring in a Mithrala. Let's mix up the team a little bit. Let's bring in, what sort of team do they have? They don't have, okay, they don't have any buff strips, so we don't need her aura. Let's put, I guess we'll put the Uko back in the front. So let's mess with this a little bit. Let's put in Uko, and let's bring in our favorite champ in the game. Let's bring in Mithrala. Lovely. Actually, I'm going to have Mithrala maybe open with the A1. Yeah, let's have Mithrala do this. Seeing as we're going to have a cleanse from Hakhorn anyway, let's have him open like this. And you can go 1 and 2 on Uko. I think this should be quite lovely. There we go. Fantastic. Let's give it a go, right? So we'll get the increased defense out from her. They don't have a strip, so they can't take it off. And let's just see how we do. How are we going to do here? We'll be able to land provokes on Duchess even through the block debuffs, right? Yeah. So Duchess should give herself block debuffs. Bang, the smack goes in. It doesn't really do anything. He gets frozen, but Mithrala should cleanse that right back off again. Though it's going to stop him getting some buffs. So what I'm excited to see, block debuffs is on Duchess. Her A3, it says, cannot be blocked. Provoke lands anyway. How good is that? That is just fantastic. That's really, really good. Here we go. They're nuking us. And it's also going to work against Withier. It's going to work against Mortu Macab, which is a big deal. Like, Mortu Macab is typically built quite like I've built my Harima, except with HP instead of defense. But he's typically built in a ton of stone skin. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, didn't quite. Not quite enough to get the kill right there. Had the increased defense worn off? I'm not sure. He had increased defense and strength in. So I guess, because we're not building in Savage, her damage is... It's good, but it's not absolutely bananas. But still, I'm pretty impressed. Like, you can see those ignore defense techs popping up. And the damage, again, coming from Candrafon is just not that high, really. So she should be A1ing this turn, which is not her most impressive move. But bearing in mind, every time she does her A2, like, the longer this fight goes on, every time she does an A2, more defense stacking up to 100%. So, like... Eventually, she's going to be hitting twice as hard as she was at the start of the fight, and they're not going to be able to survive that. Big hits from him, but again, it's just not doing too much. There she goes in. She's landed the provoke, really messing up with their turns. Doesn't really matter. We provoked a Candrafon, but hey, it's okay. And of course, a cleanser like Mithrala can remove that, but I still think it's quite worthwhile. Duchess is certainly a problem here, and she is going to struggle to kill the Duchess. I think it's going to be a very long fight, because how does she kill Duchess? She hits her hard. You can actually see she does like the 2k, and I think instead of 10k when she doesn't land the crit. She does hit Duchess hard-ish, but Duchess is the wrong affinity. So I think what we're going to need to happen is we're going to need her to build up that defense really high. It's going to be a really long fight, so not that practical. But certainly in terms of an arena defense right here, this is I think it's pretty intriguing. Because their Canderfon is just going to struggle. You know what? I'm going to pause this. I'll be back either when we get to 10 minutes. Oh my goodness. I'll be back either, like I said, when we get to 10 minutes or when she manages to kill somebody. We'll manage to kill Duchess. We'll see. I'm not going to target anything. We're going to leave it full auto. Let's see how it goes. I'll be right back. Okay, actually, there we go. It didn't take long actually after I paused it. 3 minutes in, and she got him down. I think what really lets her start to pop off is that when she kills someone with the A2, it procs that A3, the AoE, and that AoE will provoke the Duchess. It will slow her down a turn, getting the revive off, and that stuff, it works very well. So there you go. Against that team, Farbstuff. We were able to go in, me with with my account, I'm able to go in and actually contend with Farbstuff. Canderfon, I don't know, maybe he stripped gear off the Canderfon. I'm not sure. Canderfon was just not able to do much damage at all. Of course, a lot of that was because Harima keeps provoking him and we keep stripping his buffs and all of that stuff. But he wasn't able to do much, and we were able to actually kill them with a Force Affinity damage dealer. We were actually able to kill a Duchess with a +3 Ursaga and a 5-star Awakened Mithrala protecting. Like, that is actually seriously impressive. Let's do one more fight. Okay, we could attack Rats, and Rats, this is like another level of gear entirely. Do we have anyone with a Mortu team that's not as stacked? Can we get an easier Mortu team? Or are we going to hit Rats? I think, Hell Hades with the +4 Cupidus. Oh, dear Lord. That's terrifying. Do we have any shot here at all? I'm very worried by this. Let's give it a go for the laugh. We'll attack Hell Hades. I'm not confident. +4 Cupidus protected by a Necret is kind of scary. We didn't land block buffs on him because he's got protected buffs. Hopefully he petrifies himself. There we go. Okay, we've got a chance. Our buffs did get removed because of the pairing right there. But here we go. Harima, she's actually provoked Mortu. So now Mortu's damage is going way down. That heal comes in. Oh no, don't do your AoE, dude. That's the worst thing you could do. Okay, Harima, she's tanky. She's still don't attack Cupidus. No, our reviver is down. That's not good. Harima, she's taking hits though. She's taking hits. She's staying standing. She's got the triple hitter comes out. We don't secure a kill right there though. We're reliant entirely now on Mithrala petrifying. I'm very, very worried for Harima that she's going to die. She has a shield on. She's A1'd him. She's almost killed him, which is good. The petrifies are actually coming in so clutch for Mithrala. Without Mithrala, we would be dead. And now I'm actually very confident at this point because Harima, with Cupidus down, the Mortu is very slow, and Harima's going to provoke him. That being said, he's going to be coming up to a turn here. So what could happen is that. Bang, one dead, but he could kill Harima. Never mind, she actually just triggered her AoE. Beautiful. Wow, this champion is mental, guys. Actually, never mind. Mortu, if he tried to kill Harima, he can't crit her. Mortu can't crit. She probably would live anyway, and his ignore defense would be half as effective. So there you go. Damn. Harima doing work. That was something. I was terrified. We managed to pull through. That's actually super cool. What do I think of this champion? I mean, does it need to be said? It hardly needs to be said, does it? With this particular build, I think in the arena, I'm not sure if this is perfect, but I was actually really, really happy with how this worked. I thought this was really good. She's obviously vulnerable to having buffs stripped, but that's where Polymorph can really protect her. Obviously, on arena defense, people will be smart. They're not going to send a Demonspawn against Harima. But hey, if there's an account that's relying on Demonspawn for their offense, she really blocks that massively. If they're relying on ignore defense, she makes that a lot weaker as well. And yeah, then for arena offense, she does work against Duchess, surprisingly. It's going to be slow, but it will work. Works very well, I would say, against Mortus that are going to be slow. She can just provoke them anyway. She can take the hit. The Mortu's really going to struggle to kill her. She's an amazing anti-Mortu champion. good against Duchess despite affinity, and she really messes up Candrafon as well. Yeah, she's going to be amazing against Hefrak. We didn't see really too much Hefrak. Amazing against Hefrak, all those sorts of champs. So very cool. Yeah, her A3, her A2 are both extremely powerful. The A1 is pure filler, but these two moves, it hits pretty hard, and basically when this stuff stacks up and she actually activates the AoE, that's when she really gets going. So yeah, I thought this build was actually very successful. Thought it was a very successful build. I really like her like this. I like a lot of my defensive nukers like this. I think she is very strong. Very strong. That's Harima, guys. Let me know what you think. I am certainly tempted to come back and try her for some Hydra stuff, right? Decrease attack, massively stacking up her damage, and a 3-turn provoke. It's not bad. Now, all of this Demonspawn stuff, the ignore defense, the resist aura, like none of that stuff is going to work. Killing stuff for the AoE, none of that stuff is going to work for Hydra, but I don't know. Maybe I'll give her a go anyway. I really feel like you'd build her just like this, which is not Hydra viable. She's got no accuracy. I feel like you build her for Arena, surely. This champ is so good for it. Anyway, there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.